Tampa, Florida was a lot of fun. From an all-new Dubby Racing Champion Rick Steffens in Blown Money to Blake Thompson living up to the HyperShock reputation in freestyle, our double sub show had some incredible moments. Tonight, we visit Camping World Stadium in Orlando, Florida as we see elevated track elements like we've never seen before. This is the Rigs of Rod semi-realistic points series, and this is Monster Jam! Hello everybody and welcome back to the RORSRPS channel. My name is Preston Vieira and I'll be your host as we come to you live from Camping World Stadium in Orlando, Florida with 16 trucks on the All-Star Challenge Tour featuring Team Thunder versus Team Mayhem all season long in the biggest team battle in Monster Jam history. Who will come out on top as we kick things off in our Dubby Racing competition tonight? We'll find out soon, but for now, let's get a look at our round one matchups, kicking things off with two-time Dubby Racing Champion Zach Antezana in Max D representing Team Mayhem. He'll face off against Preston Perez in Monster Mutt Rottweiler. Zombie Barry Musauer is going to take on John Gordon in Bad Company, followed by Trevor Goldberg in Max D representing Team Thunder, taking on our sub Charlie Pauken in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. EJ Hayden in Blue Thunder is going to take on McQueen in Bro Camino, followed by Shane Lake in Gravedigger representing Team Thunder, taking on Blake Thompson in HyperShock. Cynthia Gauthier and Lucas Stabilizer will face off against Jake Cranford in Gravedigger representing Team Mayhem. Then it's Rick Steffens defending his racing title right now against Dave Reed in Northern Nightmare. Then closing out round one, it's Bryce Kenny in Mohawk Warrior Fire taking on Devyn Barber in that Avenger truck. What scheme will he be bringing to the track tonight? You will see in just a minute. Zach Antezana coming out next on your right, facing off against Preston Perez in Monster Mutt Rottweiler. Team Thunder on the left side of your screen taking on Team Mayhem. They are absolutely fueled up and ready to go here in Orlando for this elevated track element racing style. And tonight's racing is fueled by Dubby Energy, the channel partner. They are absolutely delicious, including the Calio cream flavor. That's mango, orange, and cream. And the mango white peach cooler is also delicious. That's the beach and peach. And if you can't tell, I really do love myself some mango. But check them out at dubby.gg on the internet or dubby.gg on Instagram. They have some absolutely delicious flavors that I didn't mention and haven't tried yet. And check them out. Definitely check them out. But here we go. Stage ready to go. We're green launching off the starting line as Preston Perez heads up to that elevated turn for the first time tonight. That is going to be a tricky one, I can already tell you, but none of this track is really easy. It is a mashup of the elevated racing styles as well as that 2019 All-Star Challenge Chicago style. And Preston Perez looks like he's rocking it. Zach Antezana with a big slide, strategic through that final turn and over the line first. It is going to be Zach Antezana. Looks like he is one step closer to another Dubby Racing Championship. Can he get it tonight in Orlando, Florida? Camping World Stadium turning up for their first race here in round one. Definitely going to be an interesting night of racing. And with these interesting track styles or switch-ups, from what we generally see, we get some new champions all the time. So it's very possible someone could come out on top tonight. Zombie Barry Musauer on your right. He'll be taking on John Gordon in Bad Company on your left. This is going to be a great race here in round one as Barry Musauer backs up into his starting stall. He was nearly a tour champion on the Throwback Tour last season. Got a bunch of wins under his belt so far this season. None. Can he come back at some point? Both these drivers staged, ready to go, and we are green as we head up into that elevated turn for John Gordon in Bad Company. Taking it kind of gingerly on the entrance. Love to see him turn up. Barry Musauer clipping the turning obstacle there. Very dangerous elevated turn there. If these trucks hike up a little too much, they can go over the edge, and you can see it there. There is a massive airbag down there to catch these drivers if they do happen to fall. Of course, you don't want that to happen. John Gordon manages to stick it out here in round one, though. Zombie Barry Musauer unable to get into round two tonight. Unfortunate break for sure I'd love to see Zombie start picking it up in either competition, but start picking up some points, maybe some wins, and try to avenge himself on that missing out on the Tour Championship last season. Charlie Pauken coming out next on your left, representing Team Mayhem, their first substitute for the season. Trevor Goldberg in Max D Nitro, representing Team Thunder on your right. This is definitely set to be an interesting race. Now, this is the first time that this has happened. Piece of Scrap subbed out Rock's MTL node or setup for that truck. So does Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Charlie Pauken, excuse me, has an opportunity here to really turn up with this MTL chassis in freestyle. They love the freestyle courses, man. Charlie in trouble in the first turn. Trevor Goldberg nice and smooth through that first turn as well. This is going to be an interesting race as we come to the line. The Max D trucks seem to do well in this top turn. Can he get to the line before Charlie Pauken? It looks like he might as we head down the ramp over the cars. It is going to be Trevor Goldberg in Max D, one step closer to another Max D face-off here in round, maybe the semifinals. We'll see what happens throughout the rest of the night. Trevor Goldberg, definitely not a slouch. The Max D trucks have faced off in the final round before, and it was Zach Antezana who came out on top in Gillette Stadium. Edward John Hayden coming out next on your right in Blue Thunder. He'll be taking on Cam McQueen in Bro Camino. This is Team Thunder versus Team Thunder. Definitely going to be an interesting race here for round one. Bro Camino, a one-time semi-finalist. I'm curious to see what's going to happen. EJ Hayden has made it to the finals once before. We'll see who comes out of round one tonight as we launch off of the starting line. We are green and headed into our first turn. Ooh, EJ Hayden in some trouble in the first turn. Cam McQueen not the fastest through it, so they are about neck and neck right now. EJ Hayden looking to get to the finish line first. Can he do it? I don't know. Cam McQueen, a solid racer so far this season. This is going to be a good one. EJ Hayden, big slide into that final ramp. Down to the line, it is going to be Edward John Hayden in Blue Thunder. Getting into round two. Nicely done. What a race between the two of them. It was close when it came down to it, but with a nice little margin there, it was EJ making it to the line first and getting into that second round. Next out on the track, though, great race ahead. Shane Lake in Gravedigger on your right. He'll be taking on Blake Thompson in HyperShock. HyperShock doesn't necessarily do well in racing. So far, what we've seen from the MTL trucks, it may not go well for him. But Shane Lake in this Gravedigger truck is a one-time Dubby Racing Champion. He wants to do it again here in Orlando. Very tricky track ahead. Anybody could come out on top. Can it be the Gravedigger team and Team Thunder once again as we head into our first turn? Nicely done from both of these drivers. Shane Lake with one of the better turns we've seen on that lower floor so far tonight. He's going to be the first one. Oh, it's pretty even. Heading into our final turn. Big slide from Shane Lake in Gravedigger as we come to the line. It's going to be HyperShock. Blake Thompson very close. And, hey, Shane Lake came at that jump with some heat, so he did make up some ground in the air, even past Blake Thompson in the air. But when it comes to the finish line, that was Blake Thompson in that HyperShock truck getting there first and getting the advancement into round two. Very impressive here tonight for the first time this season as well. Cynthia Gauthier and Lucas Stabilizer coming out next. She'll be taking on Jake Cranford in that Gravedigger truck representing Team Mayhem. Cynthia, a one-time Dubby finalist on this tour. Very curious to see how she's going to do here in Orlando as she blares the horn for the fans. They love it. Jake Cranford looking for his first Dubby finalist position. Made it to the semifinals in Gillette Stadium. Took on Shane Lake in Tampa as well. See what happens here tonight as we are headed back up the ramp here for Cynthia Gauthier. Tricky turn, she's taking it easy. Jake Cranford looks like he has a little more heat behind him here. Oh, nicely done to the line, but he's going over. and he bounces off the wall. Jake Cranford in Gravedigger, big rough roll over the line there. But he is going to be moving on to round 2 if everything is okay. Cynthia Gauthier not going to make it happen tonight here in round 1. Next out on the track, though, it's Rick Steffens defending his title here in Orlando, Florida. He's taking on Dave Reed in Northern Nightmare. Rick Steffens, the racing champion from Tampa, Florida, made it stick, has had some solid racing performances in the past. Not every single show. He's made it to round 2 twice, but in Tampa, Florida, he managed to make it stick and got that championship in the bag. As we launch off of the starting line, can he do it tonight? By starting here with Dave Reed. Dave Reed, a rough racer, hasn't made it out of round 1 yet this season. Looking to do it here in Orlando tonight as he's a little all over the place coming down the down ramp. Heading up, Rick Steffens looking good so far, and he looks like he has a lead. Beautiful turn. It's looking good for the Bad Company team. To the line, it is going to be Rick Steffens coming from behind there. Dave Reed looked like he had it coming out of that final turn into the ramp, but when it comes down to the finish line, once again, Rick Steffens knocks him out. Here in round 1, he's moving on one step closer to a back-to-back Dubby Racing Championship. Devyn Barber coming out next, bringing out the classic Avenger with the neon green. He'll be on your left, representing Team Thunder, representing Team Mayhem. It's Bryce Kenny in that Grey Clips Mohawk Warrior Fire. And this is going to be another good race. Both of these drivers have faced off against each other in show 1, I believe it was. Mohawk Warrior Fire getting up into the semifinals. Avenger getting up into round 2. So it was Bryce Kenny who managed to knock out Devyn Barber, Launching off the starting line to close out round 1. Who's going to come out on top tonight? Beautiful turn from Bryce Kenny on the floor here. Devyn Barber kind of struggling to get out of that first turn. Heading up the ramp, Bryce Kenny looking good. Devyn Barber's a little all over the place, but Bryce Kenny kind of struggles here, going real easy here on the top floor. Coming around the final turn, it's close to the line. And it's going to be Devyn Barber in Avenger going for a little bit of a wild ride, but gets a save. Keeps it safe and not too shabby, keeping it off of the wall. Definitely important for safety reasons, but he manages to do it. Be sure to check out the RORSRPS Instagram if you guys are interested. There's all kinds of extra content over there, including early access to the week's racing bracket, pit party pictures, and more. Be sure to subscribe if you're enjoying tonight's racing competition. We got new episodes every Saturday, and check out the RORSRPS store in the description. We got dollar lock screens, free lock screens, and some stickers as well. Support the RORSRPS channel directly through the RORSRPS store. Max D for Team Mayhem is going to take on Bad Company to kick off round 2, followed by Max D for Team Thunder taking on Blue Thunder. Then it's HyperShock versus Gravedigger, and Blown Money versus Avenger. It's Team Mayhem versus Team Mayhem, Team Thunder versus Team Thunder, and then the exact same thing for the next 2 races. Mayhem, Mayhem, Thunder, Thunder. John Gordon in Bad Company on your left, Zach Antezana in Max D on your right. Both of these drivers have been in the semifinals before. Of course, Zach Antezana, like I said, 2-time champion. He's been in the winner's circle. He is in the winner's circle. Can he do it again tonight by knocking out Bad Company? John Gordon teammates going head-to-head here in round 2, launching off of the starting line and into our first turn. John Gordon carrying a lot of heat up the ramp, but gets on those brakes heavy. Keeps it nice and controlled up on that top floor, and that's something that you really need to do. Coming over that crest and into the turn can get you into trouble if you're coming in too hot. Look at that from Zach Antezana. He's a 2-time champion getting into some trouble up there. Around that final turn, it is going to be John Gordon to the line. Zach Antezana making up some ground there towards the end, but doesn't do it fast enough. John Gordon getting it done here tonight, making it into the semifinals once again. His 2nd time so far this season. One step closer to the Dubby final round. Next out on the track, it's Trevor Goldberg on your right. He'll be taking on EJ Hayden in Blue Thunder. Team Thunder versus Team Thunder. Teammates going head-to-head. Who will come out on top here tonight? We just saw a Max D truck with the exact same setup go down here in round 2. Can Max D Thunder make it up into round 3, the semifinals? Both trucks staged, ready to go. We're green and headed up the ramp for EJ Hayden. Oh, picking it up in the first turn once again for EJ Hayden. This time he's on the elevated turn. That can get you into trouble. Gotta be careful. Headed up the ramp for Trevor Goldberg, And coming around it, looking good. Beautiful drift into the downside of that ramp. And over the line, it is gonna be Trevor Goldberg in Max D. Nicely done, a great pass from Trevor Goldberg tonight here in round 2. He is on to the semifinals. Can we get not only a Team Thunder win in the W final round, but a Max D win once again? He missed his shot in the W final round before. He's not going to do that again. Don't let him get there. Blake Thompson in HyperShock coming out next on your right, taking on Jake Cranford in Gravedigger. Both of these trucks representing Team Mayhem. HyperShock, the farthest up the bracket he's been all season. Of course, Tyler Menninga was behind the wheel for the first 3 shows. For the rest of the season is Blake Thompson. Different driver, different truck. Might as well be same truck, but might as well be different with a new driver. Jake Cranford hiking up in that first turn over the crest. Can he keep that truck controlled through the rest of the pass? Blake Thompson headed up the ramp and into the elevated turn. Look at that. Beautiful turn from Blake Thompson. A little slow on the exit, but a great turn is okay with me if it's a little slow on the exit, man. Blake Thompson in HyperShock does take it to the line. And Jake Cranford, solid pass. Makes it to round 2 once again, but is unable to get into the semifinals. Devyn Barber in Avenger coming out next on your left, and he'll be taking on Rick Steffens in Blown Money. Devyn Barber has yet to make it to the semifinals. He's been in round 2 almost every show. Tampa, he was unable to get out of the first round last show. But every other show this season, the other 3, he's made it up into round 2, unable to get to the semis. Can he do it tonight by knocking out last show's racing champion? We will find out as we head into our first turn for these 2. Solid entrance for Devyn Barber. Great turn, great exit for Rick Steffens in Blown Money. These 2 are actually pretty close on the track. Looks like Devyn Barber is quick up through that first turn. Heading around the final turn, Devyn Barber with a great turn. Wow, what a race. It is going to be Devyn Barber in Avenger who got to the line first, but that was a close one. Any mistake, any little tiny mistake from Devyn Barber could have given Rick Steffens the win there, but Devyn holds it together, one step closer to his first W final round appearance. The semifinals is Bad Company versus Max D for Team Thunder, and HyperShock versus Avenger. This is Mayhem versus Thunder, Mayhem versus Thunder. This is going to be very, very interesting. I'm very excited to see who comes out on top tonight. John Gordon in Bad Company has been in the semifinals before, was unable to get out of it. Max D, again, like I said, he is a past W finalist. Was not able to get the win though. Can he make it to the finals once again, representing for Team Thunder, getting some points that the team desperately needs? They have been behind all season. Here we go, launching off of the starting line for the semifinals, your first race. And heading into the first turn, it looks like John Gordon has this track on lock. Up and over the roller. Beautifully done from John Gordon. Trevor Goldberg trying to keep that truck from hiking up with the front wheels, getting a wheelie is what that's called. Heading through the final turn, John Gordon has a lead and no bobble from John Gordon. A bobble from Trevor Goldberg though. Max D unable to get it done tonight. John Gordon, a great pass and gets his first W final round appearance. Can he get his first W championship? Curious, man. Anything's possible. Devyn Barber in Avenger coming out next, representing Team Thunder. Will be taking on Blake Thompson in HyperShock, representing Team Mayhem. HyperShock, this is the farthest he's been up the bracket. Same could be said for Devyn Barber in the Avenger truck. It could go either way. Devyn's been solid so far tonight, especially in round 2, but he did obviously get that win in his first pass in round 1. HyperShock's been going hard all night, been killing it. Blake Thompson, can he get into that W final round? Ooh, out wide for HyperShock, clips the dumpsters. That's going to slow him down a lot through that first turn. Devyn Barber not super clean on the down ramp though. And a little bit of a slap wheelie, that's going to have to slow him down. Oh, Blake Thompson hiking up in that final turn. This race is a little bit of a mess. Devyn Barber, a big slide to the line, and that is going to be Blake Thompson in HyperShock getting into the W final round for the first time. And that means it's Team Mayhem versus Team Mayhem. Look at this from Blake Thompson. Nice little bicycle down the track. He is hyped to be in that final round. It's Team Mayhem versus Team Mayhem in the W final round. Bad Company will be facing off against HyperShock. What a night of racing. This is an exciting final round. 2 first-timers to the W final round and 2 Team Mayhem trucks going head-to-head. John Gordon in Bad Company on your right, taking on Blake Thompson in HyperShock on your left. This is super exciting. And you know what else gets me excited? There's a nice deal on a purchase. You can get yourself a nice deal, getting 10% off when you use code RORSRPS at Dubby.gg. They have some delicious energy flavors, guys. Check them out. My favorite, of course, is the Beach and Peach. Check it out. It's delicious. It is a mango white peach flavor, and you cannot go wrong. Dubby gives you focus and energy without the jitters or crash. No sugar, no fillers, no artificial dyes, and it is delicious. They also have some caffeine-free hydration blends that are also delicious. Check them out, guys. They are definitely worth a shot. Anything's worth a shot once. Check them out. But back into the W final round as we go green. Bad Company versus HyperShock. Heading into our first turn, it is a good race so far. Bad Company out wide. John Gordon needs to rein it in a little bit if he wants to take out the first timer, HyperShock. Heading into the second turn. Who's going to take it to the line? It's a close race so far. Bad Company with a nice drift heading in. A little slow on the exit. It's going to be Blake Thompson in HyperShock. Heading into the winner's circle, we got ourselves another one. A new champion. We have never seen Blake Thompson, let alone the HyperShock truck, in the winner's circle. Another name added to the list. Blake Thompson going for the bus stack to celebrate. Man, what a night of competition. Blake Thompson going freestyling here. 2-wheel skills up on the sidewalls. Oh my goodness, man. Blake Thompson letting it all hang out. Stick around to the end of the video. You can click on the end card and it'll take you straight over to the freestyle video, and you can keep up with how the rest of the show goes. Down goes Blake Thompson though in celebration. What a night for Blake. Obviously not the way he wanted to close out the racing competition, but there he is upside down. Look at those wheels spinning. BKT's shining here in Orlando, Florida. What a night for Blake Thompson, finally getting that Dubby Racing Championship. Let's take a look at our tour points. HyperShock takes the lead, ends up with 87. Max D for Team Mayhem with 77. Gravedigger for Team Thunder with 67. And Zombie for Team Mayhem ends up with 64. Bad Company and Blown Money, the teammates there on opposite ASC teams, both with 57. Avenger with 54. And Bro Camino ends up with 51. EJ Hayden and Blue Thunder ends up with 49 before freestyle. Trevor Goldberg with 48, Jake Cranford with 47, and Bryce, Kenny, and Mohawk Warrior with 46. Closing out the racing competition, then is Dave Reed with 35, Cynthia Gauthier with 28, Preston Perez with 16, and our sub for tonight, Charlie Pauken, closes out racing with 2 points. What a night of racing here in Orlando, Florida. Let's look at these total team points here. 465 for Team Mayhem. Team Thunder with 435, 30 points behind. That is not far. They can make that up tonight in the freestyle competition. but it is going to be tough. If you guys enjoyed tonight's racing competition, be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, let me know in a comment down below. Got new episodes every Saturday, as well as content coming every day on the RORSRPS Instagram, including early access to the week's racing bracket, pit party pictures, and more. Also check out the RORSRPS store in the description for all kinds of RORSRPS official merch, including lock screens. Some are free, some are $1. We also have some RORSRPS stickers and more to come later this year. Dubby is an awesome energy powder. There's some good, clean, jitterless energy, and you can get 10% off any purchase, anytime, anywhere, only at dubby.gg on the internet. They are absolutely delicious, and just use code RORSRPS, man, and you can get your first flavor for 10% off, or the sample pack, which comes with 5 flavors, including 2 caffeine-free hydration powders, and you get a shaker that comes with it. They're delicious, guys. Check them out, but stick around. We got freestyle coming at you in just a minute. Click that link